In this video we are going to learn about the introduction of direct tax. We are going to learn what is direct tax, what are the contents of direct tax. If we talk about taxation, we have two different types of taxation. First is direct tax, second is indirect tax. Today we are going to learn about direct tax. What is direct tax? The tax which we pay directly from our pocket to the government is termed as direct tax. What is indirect tax? The tax which we pay from our pocket via somebody to the government is termed as indirect tax. So let us try to understand the content of direct taxation. First, basic concept. Now in this chapter we are going to learn all the terms which are used for direct taxation. By the way, the other name for direct taxation or direct tax is income tax. Either you say direct tax or income tax, it's one and the same thing. So in the first chapter we are going to learn all the terms that we are going to use under direct taxation. For example, right now I am teaching you. So I have been defined as a teacher. So teacher is a term. You are learning from me. So you have been defined as a student. So student is a term. Like this, there are a lot of terms which we have under direct taxation. All those terms we are going to use. Out of those, one is SSE, ASSESSEE. As per income tax, the person who pays tax or by whom the tax is payable is termed as SSE, ASSESSEE. So SSE is a term which has been defined under Income Tax Act 1961. So like this, we have so many other terms which we use under direct taxation. So all those terms we are going to learn under basic concept. Like SSE, we have assessment, assessment year, previous, person. Under person we have 7 different categories of person, like individual, Hindu undivided family, company, partnership firm, association of person, body of individual, local authority, artificial judicial person. So these are the terms which has been defined as per Income Tax Act 1961. All those terms we are going to learn under first chapter, that is basic concept. Then second comes residential status. Suppose if anybody comes to you and asks you, please calculate my income tax. The first thing that you are going to ask him or her is that about his or her residential status. Until and unless you know the residential status of that particular individual, you won't be able to calculate income tax. Residential status of an individual can be of two types. An individual can become either resident of India or non-resident of India. The tax amount differs. If you are resident of India, the amount of tax will be different than the non-resident of India. So until and unless you know whether he or she is resident of India or non-resident of India, you won't be able to calculate income tax. So the first step towards income tax is to know the residential status. So how to find out whether he is resident of India or non-resident of India? All those things we are going to learn in the second chapter, that is residential status. There are some conditions. If you fulfill that condition, you will become resident of India. Otherwise, you will become non-resident of India. For example, there is one condition: residing 182 days or more in India during previous year. If you are in India for a minimum period of 182 days, you will become resident of India. It's a condition. So if you fulfill this condition, you will become resident of India. Otherwise, you will become non-resident of India. So like this, there are many more conditions which we will learn in this chapter to know whether that particular individual is resident of India or non-resident of India. So why we are going to learn this chapter? To know whether that particular individual is resident of India or non-resident of India. But why we want to know about his residential status? The reason is, until and unless we calculate the residential status of an individual, we won't be calculate the income tax of that particular individual. The next chapter comes scope of total income. Now in this chapter, we are going to do the comparative analysis between resident of India and non-resident of India. Suppose if you become resident of India, then what will be your taxable income? If not resident of India, suppose if you become non-resident of India, then what will be your taxable income? So some comparative analysis kind of thing we are going to do in this chapter, scope of total income. Then the next chapter comes exempt income, section 10. You can say non-taxable income. There are few income on which we are not supposed to pay tax as per Income Tax Act 1961. So we should know which are those income on which we are not supposed to pay tax. Like, I can give you a very good example, agriculture income. If you are getting an agriculture income, then agriculture income is exempted as per Income Tax Act 1961. In that case, you don't have to pay tax on your agriculture income. So like agriculture income, we have so many other income which comes under section 10 on which we are not supposed to pay income tax. So all those income on which we don't have to pay tax, we are going to learn under this chapter as per section 10. The next chapter comes, next actually our heads of income starts. The first head of income is income from salary. Now which income we can take under this head, under the head income from salary? If there is an employer-employee relationship, then it becomes income for an employee. The person who pays is an employer and the person who receives is an employee. It becomes income for an employee. Such type of income comes under the head income from salaries. So all those income which are connected to salaries, we have to take under this head, under the head income from salaries. The next head of income is income from house property. If you have an extra house which you have rented, you have given that house on rent, then rent becomes your income, and such type of income will come under the head income from house property. Next head is profit and gain of business or profession. If you are a sole trader doing your business or profession and generating profit from that particular business or profession, such profit or gain will come under this head, profit and gain of business or profession. Next head comes income from capital gain. Capital gain is nothing but capital profit. When you are going to have profit, and that too capital profit, if you sell any of your capital asset, you might get profit out of that particular sale. So that particular profit or gain will come under this head, income from capital gain. Capital asset could be your fixed asset like land, building, plant and machinery, motor vehicle, furniture, or your investment in shares, house property. If you sell all these assets or any of these assets and generate profit, such profit will come under the head income from capital gain. Now don't get confused between income from house property and income from capital gain, because in both the places house property comes. Here also we have house property, here also we have house property, but there is a difference in both type of income. Here if you have rented your house, you are getting rent from that particular house, such type of income will come under this head, income from house property. But if you sell that particular house and generate profit, let's say your property is of 30 lakhs, house property is of 30 lakhs and you are selling for 35 lakhs. So 5 lakhs becomes your profit. So such profit will come under the head income from capital gain. Renting of house property will come under income from house property, and selling of house property will come under the head income from capital gain. The last head of income is income from other sources. All those income which you cannot fit in any of the above heads, like you cannot fit under the head income from salary, you cannot fit under the head income from house property, you cannot fit under the head profit and gain of business or profession, you cannot fit under the head income from capital gain. All those income which you cannot fit in any of these heads, the above four heads, all those income will come under this head, the last head, that is income from other sources. For example, if you win a lottery, you cannot say that lottery is your salary income. You cannot say that lottery is your income from house property. You can't say that it's your business or professional income. And you cannot say that you have sold your asset. Then such type of income will come under the head income from other sources. Like lottery, we have lot many other incomes. Like suppose if you receive interest on fixed deposit, so that is your income from other sources. If you receive dividend on shares, that is your income from other sources. If you're getting income from betting or horse racing, all those income will come under the head income from other sources. So like this, we have so many other income which will come under the head income from other sources. All those income we are going to learn under this head. So under direct tax, we have only 5 sources of income or 5 heads of income. The first one is income from salary. Second one is income from house property. Third is profit and gain of business or profession. Fourth is income from capital gain. And the fifth one is income from other sources. So what exactly we have to do? You will have to get the total income from your client and bifurcate into all of these 5. Get all the income from your client. and segregate into either salary or house property or business or capital gain or other sources. And one more important thing, at one particular time or in a one particular year, you can earn all these heads of income. Like all 5 heads of income you can earn together in the same year, same financial year. For example, 7 years, not 7 years, 7 hours you're doing job somewhere and you're getting salary, you're getting paid for that, so that becomes your income from salary. 7 hours you're working somewhere, you're getting paid for that, that is your income from salary. You got extra flat or extra house that you have rented, so that becomes your income from house property. In part-time you're doing your business, it's a part-time business from which you generated profit, that is your profit and gain of business. Then you have sold your gold jewelries, out of which you have generated profit, or you have sold your shares on which you have generated profit, that becomes your income from capital gain. And interest on fixed deposit. So in the same financial year you will be able to earn all the sources of income. Okay. Next chapter is clubbing of income. Now what is clubbing of income? Somebody's else income will be clubbed into your income and you will have to pay tax on your income as well as his income. That means you will have to pay tax on your income as well as his income. This is actually speaking injustice. Why to pay tax on others' income? I am ready to pay tax on my income. Why to pay tax on others' income? There are various reasons why you are going to pay tax on others' income. Like if you have a minor child and you have taken a fixed deposit on his name, then that minor child will get a interest every year. So this particular interest will be added in your income and you will have to pay tax on your income as well as on the interest which minor child is getting. Now why it will be added in your income? Because this is diversification of income. Instead of taking fixed deposit on your name, you have taken FD on your child's name, minor child's name. So that is clearly a diversification of income. Wherever there is a diversification of income, such particular income will be again added in your income and you will have to pay tax on your income as well as that particular clubbed income. The next chapter is deduction under chapter 6a, 80C to 80U. Now there are various tax benefit which is given by the government. Like if you go for a housing loan, you will get income tax benefit. If you take a life insurance policy, you will get income tax benefit. If you go for a medical insurance policy, you will get income tax benefit. If you donate somewhere, you get income tax benefit. If you are physically handicapped, you get income tax benefit. So there are various avenues wherein actually you get income tax benefit. What do you mean by that? Suppose if you have taken an LIC and the premium which you will have to pay is rupees 1 lakh every year. Every year you will have to pay premium on the LIC policy which you have taken. So 1 lakh is the amount of investment which you are doing in LIC. It's a kind of investment. So government will give you income tax benefit of that 1 lakh which you are paying or investing. What kind of income tax benefit? Suppose if your total income is 10 lakh rupees, then from this 10 lakh, 1 lakh will be subtracted and you will have to pay tax only on net income, that is on 9 lakh rupees. You don't have to pay tax on 10 lakh rupees because 1 lakh you have invested in LIC. in form of premium. So you will get income tax benefit and you will not be paying tax on that 1 lakh. You will have to pay tax only on 9 lakh rupees. So all those investments on which you get income tax benefit, we are going to learn in this chapter, that is deduction under chapter 6A. It starts from ATC, ends to ATU. So it is ATC to ATU. The last chapter is computation of total income. The last chapter under direct taxation is computation of total income. Now what is computation of total income? Take the total of all income from salary plus income from house property plus profit and gain of business or profession plus income from capital gain plus income from other sources. Subtract your investments, that is your premium on LIC, housing loan EMI which you are paying, tuition fees of your children, medical insurance policy, all those things you subtract. Whatever amount you get, that becomes your net taxable income. So calculation of this is nothing but your computation of total income. This is how we compute the total income. We take the total of all income and we subtract the investment and we get the final answer, that is our net taxable income. That is nothing but, this is termed as computation of total income, and this is how we calculate computation of total income. I hope you must have understood all the concepts which are there under direct taxation.